Dr. Stone,
Dr.
triple
Stone!
review. Listen, I will just preface by saying, I agree, Thurman. The recent chapters of Dr. Stone have felt incredibly short and lacking of content. I don't know why either, but it doesn't mean that we can't talk about the random shenaniganery, okay?
So I think we're gonna start off with Hyoga. So it's honestly, I don't know about you guys, but it feels very weird to bring up the fact that like now they're just like, oh, Hyoga could portray us if we talk to Dr. Zeno. Like I feel like Dr. Zeno is someone who he's not has no interest in whatsoever, like morals wise.
Yeah.
So it feels kind of weird. The author's just like pulling
I
up
don't
this
know.
like.
I feel like the point being made there is just these are both people that were once our like main threats, and now they're we shouldn't leave them together. You know what I mean?
Because I'm just like
you don't lock up Trump and Epstein in the same cell. You know.
Like these two are
one
just
suicides themselves, and the other one just jacks off in the corner to it.
These two are just so different. And I don't like they couldn't get along well as leaders. Like I can't see Hyoga and Zeno taking orders from anyone.
Well, I think even beyond that, the thing that's more prevalent here is the fact that they both seem very over the whole like being the bad guy thing to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Hyoga specifically just kind of seems like, you know what, I tried that whole thing, didn't really work out. As of now, like life's not so bad doing this, whatever. Like I get that vibe that he's just kind of over it. And then same with Zeno. Like I feel like his one moment of resolve was like giving the order to kill Senku. He did it. He didn't like doing it, but he did it. And then when he found out that didn't work, I don't think he has the fucking resolve to do it again. So like I really just see these two like. I don't know. They just don't feel it. There's not the author isn't really keeping that sense of threat over them. It's not like it's like we gotta really make sure they don't get away. Like they're just kind of chilling with them. Like they're like just a member of the crew. It's like when Robin joined in One Piece. Like there was like kind of like a what's your game, but she immediately just felt like one of the family. You know?
Yeah, and it's weird because like. I don't know if this was like Hyoga actually saying it or Kohaku's like assumption of what he would say to Zeno, but he's just like, I believe that deep down we're much alike. Why not join me and build a kingdom of chosen ones? Like that doesn't.
No. That was not what was actually. I agree that was portrayed stupidly. Like I believe you can tell because. Hold on a second. Yeah. The text boxes are a bit jagged, and I think that it's supposed to be like, oh, this is an imagined thing. Like they're different.
Yeah, that was really bad.
But I agree that should have been a little bit clearer. Like I had to basically just be like, clearly this isn't happening because that does not sound at all like that.
They don't like just judging from we know from Dr. Zeno and Hyoga, they don't look like they have a lot in common when it comes to morals. Like I'd be shocked. And then one thing I want to bring up that I brought up Sunday. That I want to mention is Chelsea the fucking Blunt continuing to be best girl. Brought up what E and Red have been saying since the fucking series began. Look at this shit. That's just yeesh. Aren't you people supposed to be friends? What kind of freaking relationship is that? She made a fucking chart.
Dude, I love the chart. Okay, so two things. One, I just got to say, a lot of killing going on here, don't you think? Love that.
That's
Two,
wild. So,
Zeno
wait, one more thing. It has to be done. Red's Hunter x Hunter reference of the day.
Stop! Your series is never coming back, Red. Just accept it.
Never.
And move on with your life.
Now listen.
Ironic coming from a person who was waiting for a lot of years for Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Ironic. Ironic.
I'm not saying that wasn't ironic or the 7 years I waited for Cyberpunk, okay?
Now listen up, all right? In Hunter x Hunter, there's a chart like this for the Zoldyck family, and that's what it made me think of. That's it. That's the whole
I knew
Look at this shit. Okay, so look at this.
Apparently Kohaku loves Suka, so that's interesting.
Like, I love how Senku and Tsukasa could, like, they're counting Senku freezing him as killing him, by the way.
Technically.
I mean,
slowing his body clock down to 0.
Like, and Hyoga killed Tsukasa. Like, bro, that's just wild. Like, everyone's killed Senku and Tsukasa.
I seriously love moments like this. Like, that's what I loved it in Hunter x Hunter, and I love it here. Just like, it's such a good reminder, and it's so funny. Also, like, can we just admit that Carlos and Max, these two fucking dumbass simps for Luna, just need to be offed? Because, like, these motherfuckers let Suka just fall. Like, they did nothing. Nothing to stop that. They just look at him just sitting there.
Save the waifu. Fuck the child.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Can we also just comment on, like, the author is, like we said, is completely just hammering it in that Senku and Taiju are lifelong buds. Like, we've been saying this man's getting cucked, but the author's like, no, you're not cucking my Taiju. Yes, we changed him from being the main character, but now it's time.
You cannot.
It's time to bring him back.
Never forget. I don't give a fuck. That man was going to be the main character. People say, oh, but Senku was in the corner. I don't know, man. Sus.
Taiju, Taiju was going to be the main character.
He certainly looked like it. I will say, though, if I was the author, there would have been another arrow to Chrome. Okay, it would have been lifelong buds between Senku and Taiju, but then it would have been like likes way better to Chrome.
Yeah.
It's just such a slog, like Senku, because we've seen so many times that the author's just hammering it in that Taiju and Senku are inseparable, but like he's not showing it. Like Chrome, like the Mentalist, Ryotsu, like bro, like he's cucking Taiju hella hard. It reminds me.
Taiju doesn't matter.
Like it reminds me of like, because we all have that like friend that we've known for a very long time, and they're irreplaceable, but you don't like see them a lot. So it's just like you have like friends you see all the time. So it's just like you hang out with them more, so it seems like you like them more than your lifelong friend, and it's just like that's not true. It's just like you don't really see your lifelong friend a lot. It's not like that.
Yeah, your lifelong friend might have a family starting. They might just be over there, living their best life. They might be going through a lot of shit. You still love them dearly, but you got your bros that you hang out with all the fucking time.
That's how it is with my, like, literally every family member with the exception of my mom. Like, you're my family, but I see them like twice a year. And then you got Chrome. Chrome, my boy Thummen is my Chrome. And then David, you get to be, let's see, who would you fit the best? You can be Gen.
Oh yeah,
I'll take it.
Gen or Ryusu, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but no, Thurman's my Chrome, and like because I feel like it's weird. Have we ever seen Senku get like annoyed at anyone before? He's just too perfect. I want to see Senku get like low-key annoyed. Like fucking shut up. Like I would love that.
Shut up, Chrome, and it would fit the you and Thurman dynamic perfectly.
Say again, Thurman?
Probably get annoyed at the fact that Kohaku kissed him. Probably.
The what?
You remember that face he made when Kohaku kissed him?
Oh yeah, it is such a fucking the asexual energy is just radiating off of it.
I've never seen.
The only person that could kiss me is science.
So I've never seen someone's face look so disgusted in my life by a kiss.
I know. I literally love that. Like, what such a cool dynamic to do. I feel like I'm seeing that more and more with series as well. Like, mangaka are just picking up on the fact that like Gen Zers and millennials, they're going like two directions. There's no middle ground anymore. It's either you are so horny you could fucking take on the universe and kill God with your horniness, or you're just like so asexual that human touch disgusts you. Those are the two options.
Yeah, like literally, I want to fuck everything possible within legal reason, or I just Fire Punch, man. Fire Punch gave me that line. Or
well, technically, it's in some states maybe in like a basement. It's probably legal to fuck a dog.
You shut the fuck up.
Wait, it's definitely legal to fuck a watermelon, for sure.
So, I'm just going through the chapter here. Like so when Suka falls, right? When she falls, right? They're all like, honestly, I hate the fact that they played this as like a fucking thing, this chapter. I thought it was so pointless.
It doesn't bother me because to me, I look at it as like this is like the confirmation. Like I think this to me is like for anyone, if anyone's wondering, no, he's fully on our side now. Like I look at this as like the final confirmation. No more worrying about him. He's in. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it.
Because it's like, because I don't know if you look at the Discord, the Dr. Stone channel. Like everyone's suspecting there's a traitor among them, and they're like, What if it's Chelsea?
Yeah, I want it to be her. I think that'd be fucking cool.
Like that's interesting.
The next villain is this fucking lolly. I'm into it, honestly. We need
I
more
think-
lolly villains.
So I'm just like, I love how Chelsea's just like, good boy, Hyoga. Consider me a Hyoga fan. Bro,
You can
she
tell
is
that
also-
kind of character, the Chelsea type character, is definitely like a guilty pleasure to write for the author, because like for authors it must be so satisfying to have a character that can just say shit bluntly. Like basically like I've heard from a lot of people that like write characters, there's always this temptation to yell at your characters because you know what this character would do, but you want to yell at them and be like, stupid, don't do that. So it must be very satisfying to have a character that you can just say anything, like basically the voice of the author almost.
Oh, hell yeah. And I love the fact, too, I have to bring this up, Brad.
Yeah.
I've noticed a lot that Gen is doing that thing he does.
Yeah, I noticed that too. He did it, so it's actually really annoying.
Three times.
First
He did,
three
I counted he did it
pages
3 times.
over and over and over again, and I'm like, remember when Thurman didn't notice this?
Utsnay, right here. Totally nutsay, the first page. And then he did it with word rubble tay.
Ugh!
And then he did it. Wait, where did he do it? What's the third time he did it? I know he did it again.
Oh yeah, he did it 3 times for sure.
Come on, Gen. Where are you slut? Where are you slut? You fucking slut. Okay, let's see. Yeah, supposed to be Zara, blah, 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 blah. David, talk while we find this.
Yeah, now I get to talk.
Oh, wow, here you go. I knew he was going to say something like that. Look at him.
Either way.
Look at him.
No, well, seriously, what I really, you guys have had a point here in the last few chapters. It feels like absolutely nothing is happening.
Which is, again, not angry about it, just strange, because it's like a very big departure from like what normally feels like Dr. Stone, where it's like packed full of shit.
Like normally our discussions, and when we decided to do these 3-person ones, and when like everything was balls to the wall, like a million things happening, and now like since we started doing them, I think we cursed the series doing these triple ones.
Yo, what if we made it shitty? We gave it that Promised Neverland curse, like it's all downhill from here.
Yeah.
Knock on wood,
Like-
someone, please. Thank you.
Like, literally, like fucking nothing has happened since we started this. Like,
Not true,
We
not
got
true.
the ropeway. We got the ropeway. We
It was
got
mostly
weights
just
and
they
heights.
rode the motorcycle to here. They weighed themselves. They made the ropeway. That's that. But like, it's character moments. So again, I'm not mad at all. It's just strange.
I'm not mad at all. Like I love getting these little character interactions because it gives us like the personality of the series. But I do want the plot to advance in the new year since we're not getting chapters,
I think
next week.
The big thing for me
Hey,
is
guess what though?
Hold on. The big thing for me is the fact that like they wasted like 4 pages, like 2 double-page spreads on them like going across the mountain and then like Suka falling. Like that could have been done in like 1 page for sure. Like especially as someone who reads One Piece, like that's the kind of shit that like little corner panel of them falling and then climbing back up, and then maybe like a quarter of the page would be the like I'm gonna carry you back up. I don't know. That was strange how many pages was wasted on that. But again, none of this is like actually anger. It's just weird. As long as they go back to the original pacing that they had before. Because I would hate for this to turn into a My Hero Academia, because that was kind of what slowly became my issue with My Hero, is that reading it weekly just felt like a fucking drag.
But guess what though? This shit is still better than My Hero.
Oh yeah, this is not bad. Like we're nowhere near. I want to, before anyone bitches at us, we are nowhere near this series is getting bad or even less good yet. Like this is just merely the beginnings of a weird trend I'm noticing. As long as it doesn't continue for like 10 more chapters, we're fine.
Hey, if you wanna see something like that, go watch our old Promised Neverland and My Hero video.
Oh god.
Oh, I love watching. It's funny. The David and I Promised Neverland videos it's so fun to watch our like slow descent into caring less and less about the series. Like I remember being hyped when Lewis showed up, and we're like, oh my god, and then our hype just slowly dwindled.
Yeah, like the second Lewis came into the series, I love him as a villain, and like especially near the end of the series where like he kind of turns a new leaf. Sort of, kind of, maybe, there wasn't a whole lot of development, shocking. But like, the second he descended on the battlefield, like, we loved the monkey, we loved him, and then, like, as Goldie Pond continued, like, we gave less and less of a shit, and then, like, to where like we dropped the series and the 10-10ing of weapons and all that bullshit.
Yeah. Again, I feel bad, like, because Dr. Stone's nowhere near that. It's just merely feels like it's taking a while. And it's weird because I feel like we're being hypocritical because we were mad at the series taking it, here's how I'll clarify this. It feels like the wrong amount of attention is being put towards the wrong things. So, for example, I would have liked for the ropeway to be a bit more of a process, but it's just like boop, right. It's up. Like it's like literally like time skip, boop, that ropeway's up, and then you have like 6 pages devoted to them going across the ropeway and nothing happening other than Suka falling and then climb back up. And that's what's weird. I think is that like
I think like the idea that was behind that, and this is something that a lot of mangas seem to fall into, that is like the need for danger was Suka falling. Instead of like, oh, we're precariously fucking crossing this dangerous ropeway that was haphazardly put together. You know, that itself could have been the danger. Instead of like, oh no, one of our crewmates might, oh no, false alarm. You know?
I don't think you necessarily needed danger there like that. I would have been totally content if it just the ropeway worked fine, boom, we're over. Like, it just seemed, and didn't it, like, I want to know if you feel me on this, Thurman and David. It felt just like very out of nowhere. Like, I was reading it, and then all of a sudden Suka was falling, and I was like, what? Like, it happened so quick.
It just happened, and there was no real...
There was no build-up to it. No, it was just like, boop!
It was the wind. I think, like...
Yeah, it took me a second to realize it was the wind, too. It just looked like she just jumped off at first. Because there's one little panel, I see it up there, it says whoosh.
I was confused about that, too. At first, I was just like, wait, because I was like, oh, whoosh, and then all of a sudden, she fell. I was just like, I think the author is just, or the artist, whoever, was just kind of like, meh this week.
Yeah, the paneling is not as good as it has been in the past.
Because it was all that was just a setup just to test Hyoga. That's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't like the Hyoga thing. I'm just like, we didn't really need this.
That's
like
fair,
it felt like if they wanted to test his metal, I feel like the author had done it way better to test the metal. Like, remember Magma had this sort of moment too.
Yeah, they were in the crystal mines, right?
Yeah, and it was way better. There was just like,
that's true.
I still want to be chief, but I still don't want to kill him. And we were talking about that was good character development for him. So like that was way better than this Suka falling, and then all of a sudden they're like.
That's a good point. You could actually have a way better moment where like let's say there's a moment where I'm trying to think. I can't think of an exact like scenario because I'm not a writer, but imagine like they're getting caught up to by like Stanley in the plane, and there's like a moment where he could sell them out and like point where they are, but then he doesn't. Like that'd be a way better way to do it. This felt ham-fisted in, I think.
Yeah.
Go ahead, David.
And like there was a Twitter thread that Luke tagged either me or the Control Chaos
Usually
account.
He tags all of us.
Yeah.
I forgot to make the obvious joke. Fucking Luke, do you have a fucking mini heart attack when your favorite character almost died?
No, but like he tagged us like there's the parallel moment between Hyoga and Kohaku, and we can link that Dr. Stone Shots tweet in the description of this video. I'll send it to you, Red, for when you schedule this out. But like it brought up a little bit of like why this moment kind of felt kind of weird, but also like they're trying to make like the Kohaku and her inner doubts and like Hyoga and the doubts in him kind of mesh here. And I'm like, there doesn't need to be this. One, I don't really care for Hyoga as a character, and I fucking love Kohaku. So I guess it's a little bit biased for me. But you know, we all have our favorite characters, and we don't want to see them lumped in with the characters we don't give two fucks about.
Right. Yeah, like I don't think that the moment itself was bad, because again, I see it as like the author just clarifying, like this is the confirmation. You don't got to worry about Hyoga. He's chill now, right? That was how I looked at this. I'm for sure they could still do a thing in the future where it's like, just kidding, he was playing the long game. But that's how I look at it, as like, yeah, he could have there. He very easily could have. But he didn't, so yeah. But I think it's not the moment itself, but rather how it was done.
Yeah, how it was done.
Yeah.
It felt very lazy. I think that's the proper word. It felt very lazy because the author usually gives us better moments. Because the whole thought process doesn't make sense. Like, why would he can't really afford to portray them at this very moment, really? Because how?
Well, weren't they saying that like with the people that were over on that side at the moment, it was not any of the fighters, right? Because I think the fighter, like the heavy hitter people, were still on the other side. Was what was being implied. So, like for example, everyone that's over there right now, he could easily beat, and then the only people that could beat him were on the other side of the mountain, is what I assumed.
Well, because they had because let me see, because I think everyone was already over on the other side, because when Suka fell, I think Suka and the two simps were the last ones to cross, because we saw, let's see, okay, so let me look. So no, Taiju went, okay, so let's see. So they have again the old man, then they went across, and then because it looks like let me look, because they have to cut the rope and everything. At the end of the top of the ropeway, there's no one who could fight back if need be.
Well, let me actually check. I guess no, because so Chrome and the old man goes over. Luna and Gen go over. The simps go over. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's implied that the strong fighters weren't over there yet.
It doesn't show that they were.
No, but like I think that's why they took so long to show everyone who had gone over. They show like all these big panels. These are who went over already, and the strong fighters hadn't gone over yet. I'm pretty sure is the point that's being made. That's why they were saying this is the moment that he absolutely could betray them if he wanted to, because the only strong fighter over there, Kohaku, is now dangling off this cliff.
Even then, like, if he betrayed them, like, where could he go?
Well, I suppose if he wanted to, he could yeet all of them down a mountain, keep Zeno, and then offer Zeno to Stanley, like, once they get here with the plan, and be like, hey, I killed all my friends, I want to join you. If that's something he wanted to do.
Possibly.
So, Red, I sent you that thread to link over on Twitter since I had it open already.
For sure, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, that's how I took it anyway. Again, like, the moment itself is fine, and I think it's pretty wholesome to see that Hyoga has basically... Because I think this is something that does end up happening with humans a lot of times, is they get so strongly wrapped up in their convictions and what they believe in, what they want to fight for, but sometimes they realize that, like... that doesn't necessarily mean I have to be at odds with these people who are just, just as good as me. They just believe in different things. And I think he's probably grown to kind of in a weird way enjoy being with them, because it's like probably better than being a loner, honestly.
Yeah, it's definitely like his character is coming full circle to like where he was like this person that doesn't give a shit about anybody. He wants to be by himself. He wants to just seclude himself. He obviously had this... like, I need to be strong for myself.
I'm trying to remember what his actually, like, before we start talking out of our ass here and get the comments going crazy, what was his actual goal? Do you guys remember? Because I remember he was working with Tsukasa. Was he a true believer in that, like, Tsukasa, like, strongest of the fittest thing as well? And then when Tsukasa strengthened that, he got mad?
He seemed to be that, at least from my interpretation, but, like, I could be seeing that very, very wrong.
David, I know you and I are also pretty bad at remembering stuff sometimes.
Yeah. I know, according to that thread, because I scrolled through it there while I was sending it to you, is like he was introduced way back in chapter 46. So he's definitely a long-term player.
I'm gonna go to his wiki page and see. Thurman, do you remember what his deal was? What he believed in? Shit.
I think it was something like he wants to strong or something like that, or like
classic.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Because what he says in like the stuff, like the imagination scenario, like a kingdom for the chosen one. It's like only like the worthy, like kind of like apocalypse type shit, David. Like the weak, the strong will live and the weak will die. Type of thing.
Despite his lack of care for those who he deems useless or those who oppose him, along with having a strong Darwinist belief in only the strong deserving to live. Okay.
Yep. I was right.
I didn't know how much of it was him believing it and how much was him just sheerly following out of a sense for not wanting to be alone anymore.
Well, because I think the reason why he was with Tsukasa is because Tsukasa was just like adultery and everything, and we're only going to revive like the strong, like
there was like they had some aligning goals, but they didn't believe in the same thing. Like Tsukasa was more like, we shouldn't bring society back to the way it was before, because, and I remember his flashback was like gathering shells on the beach for like his sick sister, and then someone privately owned that beach and they like broke all of his shells and kicked him out, and he was like, yeah, that's some scumfuckery, isn't it?
Yeah, like I think he was like, adults fucking suck, kids should rule the world type shit. Like
we're the kids of America.
like
Jimmy
Lord
Neutron, let's go.
like
Someone
Lord
get the
of
reference.
DMCA complaint right there. Red sounded
Oh
too
yeah,
much
you
like
know
the
it's a
intro.
felony to stream illegal content now. Woo!
And then I
It
think
hasn't fully passed yet.
True. Yeah, you're right.
thankfully.
Trump vetoed it, but not for that reason. I'm sure he would have loved to put that through. So hopefully.
Yeah, you can't stream the fucking celebrity whatever the fuck show.
The
they used to
irony of
host.
Trump saving Twitch inadvertently.
Well, by that he also technically saved TikTok, which trolled him hard. So that's an even bigger irony. But like, holy shit! Like,
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut
I
you off
just
there,
don't know.
Thurman. I just wanted to make that Jimmy Neutron reference.
But I just never cared for Hyuga as a character. I hope moving forward I start to like him more, especially after like him seeming to have found himself and these people now.
He's just that classic stoic, quiet character, and I don't think I never like. It's just like I didn't like Chad in Bleach. I was like,
But he had some awesome fights. You gotta
Really?
give him that. Anytime the fucking Mod Soul things in the fucking Bound arc was on, everything.
all those filler fights he had were so good.
I mean, true. And
Listen,
also, like,
I stand that fight where he gets his left arm power. That the last like cannon fight he had. Like
that there and like fucking everything involving Pesce, the stupid fucking thing.
I thought Pesce was toying around with Uryu, but either way, fuck it.
Yeah, you might be right. Fucking, you might be right.
Chad was boring.
Mixed up my...
I don't care what anyone says.
You are right.
Final thoughts. I'm dying.
Hyoga, I feel like Hyoga is not the type of character to like care about adults. He just wants to revive the strong, so it's just very interesting. So, like I said, me personally, I think it could have been done better. Not complaining about Hyoga getting his redemption, because I think he should get another one because this was fucking stupid. But
I think I will say I think like the second half of this chapter, like the point they were trying to drive home was that, because it then is followed with Tsukasa and Senku riding over together, and no one betrays anyone on that ride. Where he could have easily pushed Senku off, you know what I mean? And then they have like a bro moment. So like basically, it's just all this to say like we're all bros now. We got a common enemy. Yep. We don't gotta fucking worry about this shit.
The Kingdom of Science, and it's funny that Taiju said it too. The origin of this mess isn't far.
True, and it's fair. Yeah.
So, but first of all, that last color page of the rainforest is fucking beautiful.
Yeah. I dig it, bro. I'm excited to see where we go from here. I hope they fuck with some monkeys.
Monkeys. HIV? Or wait, no, not 80. Like,
yeah, right? No, not literally fuck the monkeys.
Please, no more bestiality after fucking Fire Punch.
Amazing. Well, anyway, what's your arbitrary chapter rating, Thurman?
I'm going to give this chapter a 7. I think 7's fair.
All right, I think that's also
7.
fair.
7, yeah. Good moments, good comedy moments. I love I think Chelsea kind of carried this chapter, to be honest, for me.
I mean, as she does.
And then I will say that final shot of the Amazon rainforest is fucking beautiful, bro. By the way, and then it's not higher because I'm sorry. You mad at me if you want in the fucking comments. I don't give a shit. Wasn't that big of a fan of the Hyoga shit, although it is what it is.
Stay mad.
Yeah, stay mad. Hoes mad. The rope way was cool.
Hoes mad.
But yeah, definitely not a bad chapter by any means. Definitely a 7. Also, Red and David, I found the third time he did his little thing. I found it.
What was it?
He said when Kohaku's trying to save Suka, he's like, that was nearly Abe.
It's so cringe. Like half the time I can't even tell what fucking word he's saying. I'm like,
I don't know what words.
Remember when you didn't know that he did that for like the whole series? I
literally could have been good without the information. Now
that your brain notices it now.
I'm actually pissed you brought it up because now I can't help notice it. So I don't care if you think I'm stupid for not noticing it. I was hoping I wouldn't notice it.
Full on ignorance is bliss mode.
Fuck you for that. Yeah. This is terrible.
Now you need to go back and reread all the old chapters where he shows up in and see all the times he did it.
It's
so cringe.
It's really dumb. I don't know. Like now, by the way, do you see how I felt about the 10 billion% originally? Like, because Senku used to say it that often. We were talking like 3 to 5 times a chapter, and then he's toned it down, but he's toned up the Gen thing.
I love Gen, but goddamn stop.
Exactly. Like that literally makes his character like less appealing to me. Like he's, I'm not kidding when I say this, gone down in my top 10 because of that. That's how petty.
There's David level of petty, and then there's Red level of petty. I hope you never get to that Red level of petty.
Yeah, it's fair.
Anyway.
Thurman, final thoughts.
All right, well,
final thoughts. Y'all have a safe
one person
holiday.
at a time. Jesus Christ.
Nah, David goes first.
Like y'all have a safe holiday. Red and I will be streaming Fire Punch more over
Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day.
I can't wait. That's gonna be an interesting, because when I'm on my deathbed, that I feel like depending on how much time I have, one of the many thoughts that will go through my head is, wow, you only get like 70 or so Christmases. How did I spend each one of those? And then I'm gonna get to 2020 Christmas, and I'm gonna be like, whoa, wait a minute. I read that fucked up manga with David the whole day on that Christmas. That was a weird one. Can't wait.
It's gonna be fun.
This Christmas. Yeah, no, because we can't fucking hang out with our families because of Corona. So hop on down to our Twitch to watch us read some horrific manga. Yay!
How many chapters will we read this time?
Well, we have more time.
Hopefully more than 10.
Oh please. I know, I could tell by the end of that shit you were like, the alcohol was hitting you hard and you were definitely not fully comprehending, so I needed to go slow.
No, I mean fair. I mean 2 jugs full of rum punch.
I can tell when you start reacting to things that aren't even on screen. Like you went like, oh my god, to like a panel where nothing happened, and I was like, David, are you seeing things? I know what that is, by the way. It's when you worry that you're not paying attention, and then you're like, oh shit, I have to make it look like I'm paying attention. Whoa!
Whoa, look at that nothing panel down there. Isn't that something?
Yeah. Sometimes we disassociate, and we have to fucking bring ourselves back to reality.
I mean, that's just life, right?
I'm happy I fucking learned that term, because that shit happens to me hardcore.
Anyway,
I give this chapter fucking 1 thigh squeeze in Kohaku's thighs out of 2. Basically, I just really want to touch Kohaku's thighs.
I mean, they weren't so prominent in this chapter. It's sad. Squeeze me, Kohaku. Peace.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Look forward to One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen and Black Clover.
Yeah, that's gonna be starting.
Peace.
That's gonna be starting.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, baby.